Back in October, the Jaguars dominated their first matchup against the Titans. Can Tennessee even the score? Find out next on EA Sports.
Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between our visitors and the Tennessee Titans. Come on, fellas. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And right away, he lost the football.
You ain't gonna burn me.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10.
Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week.
North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne.
Stiff-armed him. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down.
They go play action now. Lawrence
sliding out of the pocket. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown.
Travis Etienne.
A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they'll get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
From the 27, Tannehill looking deep for Julio. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Trying to disrupt Julio Jones there, the intended target. A little too close, got the flag thrown.
I'm not sure anyone can cover Julio Jones one-on-one for very long without getting their share of pass interference calls. His size makes it almost impossible to do.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point up and good by Succa.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Fielded right around the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
A handoff for Etienne.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
They'll run with Etienne.
And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
64 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
These two teams all tied after 1.
Here's a give to Etienne.
And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Now Etienne.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Etienne with it.
And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. On play action, Lawrence finds the open target, Arnold.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here's Etienne. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
2nd and 5. And they'll run here with Etienne.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence.
Rolling to his right.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Elijah Molden. And the Titans force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now it's Tannehill. He completes it to Julio Jones. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Big hold of the 30. And some room to work. The 40. The 20. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. 85 yards. And the Titans have taken the lead. Extra point put through by Saka. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it. It's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. And I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
So a big pickup that time, and Charles, defending AFC Player of the Week, maybe bucking towards another award this week.
Yeah, they say they don't really care about the individual awards. You and I both know
they do.
It means a lot to them. It means respect around the league. And if he's able to show those kind of hands all game long, he can win a second one.
Play action. It's Lawrence. To the right side and complete to Metcalf.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
They'll drop that underneath to Etienne.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Back to the ground with Etienne.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne with his second touchdown here in this first half.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one. They'll try to run with Etienne.
And this time he is in.
Travis Etienne
with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Jaguars are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From the 6. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. On first down, it's Tannehill. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
The catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
On first down, Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Tannehill on first down.
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
On second and 10, Tannehill. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. To the air again, Tannehill. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not
way.
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So the incompletion, and now it's second and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
You sure you're ready for the third quarter? Need to use a bathroom or anything? All right, cool. Let's go.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. This is taken just shy of the 10. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 133 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Kevin Byard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll run it again with Henry. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.